Sports. Micah Parsons, great pass rusher. Probably 1, 2, or 3. You throw him in a bag with TJ Watt, with Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons. Overall, some of the best defensive players in the league. Can't argue with that. But what you can argue with is his opinion on conferences. Micah Parsons, this clip is a little bit older. I remember talking about this a little bit, but this popped up on my thread in TikTok. Shout out to the Bleacher Report. This is courtesy of them. And this is the full conversation with Micah Parsons trying to tell CJ Stroud and convince him in the whole room that the NFC East is the best league in football. You got to see this.
AFC South, I think we're going up there with AFC North on the best division in football.
Some would argue that's the NFC East.
On paper, last year, we were argued the best division in football.
No, sir.
Everyone was a playoff team.
AFC North was the best division in football.
Washington was argued that...
Washington wasn't nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
I meant the Giants.
The Giants either. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? They lost to the Eagles.
That's 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying going into it.
Fam, you don't know what you're talking about.
Going into last year, the
no
NFC
one
North
in
was
the
argued.
planet except for Micah Parsons thought the NFC East was better than the AFC North.
You can't argue that.
I can, bro, unless you're delusional.
Going into last year.
We have better teams than y'all right now.
Going into last year.
You thought Washington was going to be good. There's not a weak team in the AFC North. What are you talking about? Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland.
On paper, Washington was supposed to be a really great team.
Washington is not better than any one of those 4 teams. I guarantee you.
That's why Daniel Jones got the contract. They went to a playoff game.
This cat, Micah Parsons. Shout out to Penn State. I don't know what y'all be teaching over at Penn State. This man was caught red-handed with his hand in the cookie jar. You was caught gaslighting right from the start. Man, right in NFC East, man, they had it, the Giants, saying the Washington Commanders, they was like on paper, they was chosen to be like one of the teams that's going like, be a really good team. CJ Stroud called him, no, sir. He called him right at the door. No, sir. Nobody in the world except for Michael Parsons felt that anybody in the Washington Commanders and the NFC East was going to be. He was like, you can't even argue that. Yeah, if you're delusional. This guy, and he's like, I was talking about the Giants. He was like, that was 2 years ago, bro. The Giants, Daniel Jones got that contract. That's why the Giants. This is why I hate doing Browns content. I be hating doing this in the offseason, man, because they be giving these players all this time to talk. They be giving it. Shout out to the player empowerment. There's a lot of podcasts out there where people is really talking, doing a good job of promoting their content. One of them, we use some of the clips all the time, is Deshaun Watson, and your boy Quincy Avery, QB Unplugged. QB Unplugged, they don't be talking all that stuff. Like, come on, bro. I would have had to get on Deshaun Watson if he heard something like that. What you mean? AFC North by far is the best division in all of football. And the fact that he just tried to talk that talk, he just tried to say it long enough and hard enough and fast enough and kept filibustering. Like, no, I don't know. Like, here's the problem. I don't know when everybody got an opinion. I don't know when this came to fruition. When did everybody start getting opinions that we had to respect? I don't know about y'all, but I came up under the you didn't get an opinion type thing. You couldn't I remember in my house, people, children, or even people had bad opinions. I remember I couldn't even say nothing. They'd be like, what you say? Kids couldn't even talk at the table. You'd be like, man, listen, what you sitting at the table for? Sitting up with grown folks conversation. We had a certain thing called grown first conversation. You had to be of a certain stature and age to even sit in the conversation for certain things. Sometimes they had x-ray vision. They could even see when you was around the corner trying to eavesdrop. I hear you in there. You better get outside. You be at the top of the stand, at the top of the landing, of the stairs, peeking down there, like, what they talking about down there? What they talking about? You better go to bed. Mama, I used to get hit with stuff, bro. I'd just be sitting there and it unannounced. I'd be like, man, you got to announce that, man. Unannounced. Listen, you got to be like, listen, hey, you sitting around and you just chilling, watching cartoons, and things get quiet. And all the adults just turn around and look at you like you was listening to them. I was sitting here watching He-Man. That's what I was doing. I wasn't even worried about what y'all was talking about back there. By the time they think you didn't get hit with a shoe or a disc cloth. Get out of here, listen to grown folks conversation. Get out there with them kids. Everybody did not have an opinion back in the day. Back in the day, Terrence Howard, you couldn't say one plus one is 1 times 1 is 1. You couldn't do that. They didn't believe in that back then. You couldn't just say things like that. You might have got paddled back in the day for saying something blasphemous like that. But now everybody, Micah Parsons, and he got a lot of sacks, and he get to say that the Washington Commanders and the Giants are good teams. All of a sudden, Daniel Jones is a top 10 quarterback. Come on, man. This is the reason why. Y'all should be out there working out, playing. Y'all should be working out. And every time y'all get on these places, I got to now talk about this as if this is newsworthy conversations. It's not. It's not nothing newsworthy. It's not.